Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for jumping on or for taking the time to have a look at this video later on if it's been sent to someone. My name's Maxine. I've been involved in this wonderful company and this program for a little bit over 2 years. I came to it first through the products in the program, and then I jumped on into the business because I had loved everything about it so much. We're really all about helping people, mind, body, and soul, to get into the best health that they can, so that they can do the things that they need to do in this life. And so I'm going to just talk a little bit about quickly about my journey. I came onto the products after quite a long journey with my daughter, and she had very ill health, and I was at quite a low ebb and had quite a lot of health problems. And very quite quickly on this program, I started to get my energy in my life back. I'd been an asthmatic for 30 years. Now that's almost resolved. I very rarely use my inhaler. So this program has just been amazing for me, and I absolutely love sharing what we're doing with others. I've seen it doing so many good things for people. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about our program first. As I've said, we do have a mind, body and soul program. Obviously, it's very important to get your body into a good state of health. So through our nutritional support program, that's how we work on the body. And also with our support with our amazing but huge database of recipes, fitness programs. We have a lot of wonderful people in here that are yoga instructors, fitness trainers, all kinds of different, modalities for getting you moving and getting you healthy. And but we also work really strongly in the spirit as well, because if that's not in harmony, then a lot of the problems that we have around our physical health are actually come under sort of mental health issues, mind issues, and just where we are at in our life. So we work on, really getting people into gratitude and mindfulness about how they're living their life. We go into some of those stories that people have that they've grown up with around living their life, and how they come at food and their life generally. So it's a program that I love because it really does look at that harmony between all those three things that we really need to address. I'd also, and that program is all online, and that's all available to our customers, so for free of charge. So I'm going to just talk a little bit more about our nutritional support products as well that we use within our program. It's very kind of difficult to encapsulate how incredible they are, but put very simply, they are the power of whole food working in the body. Certainly as a nurse and also a natural health practitioner, I'd seen lots of things, I'd tried lots of things, lots of different supplements, but ultimately it became really clear to me that the body just needs really good food. It needs nutrition in whole form, and that's what the body recognizes, and that's what the body really wants to run on. So and we see that in the results that people get when they go on our nutritional support. So our core products, I'll just try and hold them all up. So our core products are the fruit, veggies and berry capsules. So what they are is they are whole plants that are pulped and dried at a very low temperature in an oxygen-free environment, so all the nutrients and all the enzymes are retained from the original food. They're completely chemical-free. They're all batch tested. They're GMO-free. They're completely vegan, no dairy, no animal products at all. And so they are. There's over 30 plants in our trio of capsules there, which we are flooding our body with every day and bridging the gap between what we kind of really need to be eating and what we actually are eating. The statistics on how much fruit and vegetables people are actually getting really, they're not wonderful, to be honest. And some people are not even getting a couple of serves a day. So these are really designed to bridge the gap there. The other beautiful thing about our core products is that we also can sponsor a child onto the children's versions, which is the chews. We have the fruit and vegetable chews, and customers get those free for their children between the ages of 4 and 18, and we get incredible results. We see amazing results in children on the chews. Again, they're just the same as the capsules. They're just in a chew form, completely natural, nothing added, just the plants. And we see children having less sick days, craving healthier foods, drinking more water. So we're really all about getting the whole family together and moving forward in their health and in their life and achieving the goals that they want to in life. The other product that we have here is our beautiful plant-based omegas. So I think all of us know at the moment, the oceans are taking a bit of a thrashing. We're all looking for more sustainable ways to get our omegas. The body doesn't make omegas, so we actually do have to get them from our food. Most people are getting their omegas from fish, but what we do is we go straight to the source. We actually grow omega-rich algae in a contained environment rather than the fish eating the algae and then we eat the fish. We're just going straight to the source, so it's a very beautiful, clean, chemical-free source of omegas. That's the algal blend, but there's also some beautiful seeds in there as well. So it's the range of a blend of all the different omegas, which is also really beneficial. They're cold pressed, so a lot of the supermarket omegas, they're hot pressed, they're rancid, they're not even doing any good in your body. Ours are really high quality, created in that cold environment, so they've got the maximum nutrition in them when we get them. The other product that we have, our final product, is our beautiful protein powders. These are also pure plant proteins. They're also, again, vegan, GMO-free, chemical-free, dairy-free, and they're just a beautiful digestive blend of different plant proteins, chickpeas, pomegranate, ancient grains, mushroom, alfalfa, lots of different sprouts, just absolutely beautiful, high quality plants. They're our macronutrients, so they're very gentle on the digestive system. They're very nourishing. And so what we find with all of our products is that people who have digestive problems frequently find that they resolve very quickly because all our products basically just are able to bypass a lot of those digestive issues and go straight into the system. So people start really healing quite fast. So that's our product, our nutritional support range. Our company has been producing these products for over 30 years. There's almost 40 peer-reviewed, published scientific studies on our products, so we have all the research backing our products. We also do our research is also done on the basis of people using the products, so that they do the research on the basis of the whole product going into the body, not just singling out different elements like you do get with a lot of the research that you might get around vitamins. So we actually know that our products do what they say they're going to do. So that's basically our range. We don't try and do everything, and we don't do any gimmicks. We just flood the body with beautiful, natural, chemical-free food, and amazing things happen, magical things happen in your body when it's getting what it needs. So I'm now going to hand over to the beautiful Karen, and she's going to share her experience on the program.
Thank you, Maxine. Hi guys, I'm Kieran, and if I may, I'd just like to share a little bit about my story and the nutritional support that I've received on the Soul Project Mind, Body and Soul program. Before I started my journey on this amazing program, I thought I was fit, I was healthy, I liked my vegetables, not gonna lie, it was all good. But I was somebody who worked really long hours and was constantly on the go with multiple things going on in my life. And in having that type, a byproduct of doing all that, I was constantly eating processed foods and done for convenience rather than the actual nutritional value that I would receive from taking whole foods into my body. And from that, over time, I could really tell that my body was struggling. I was mentally tired. I was constantly craving sugary foods, which is obviously processed. I didn't sleep very well. Having like a normal 8 hours worth of sleep never happened for me. And basically, my hormones were all over the place. I'm a little bit older, and as women, that's what happens to us. So dealing with multiple things that my body was just not happy with how I was treating it. So in realizing that, I figured out that and what I was eating was how it was affecting me. So hence came the Mind, Body, Soul program, and I thought I would jump on it. And what I have really noticed since I made the choice to jump on the program is that having whole foods and the nutritional support from it has made a mammoth difference to both my body and also mentally, thinking about how I'm looking at things. The bonus with being on these products I'm on 14 months at this point. I am waking up completely energized, pumped, and ready for the day. I have mental clarity like you wouldn't believe. I am able to run around and hang out with my nieces and nephews before we had COVID-19, and just really enjoy life. My vibrancy, my energy is back, and I'm really looking forward to what is transpiring and the future ahead. Benefits are that I am able to, from being on this program, and like Maxine said, having all these recipes and things, I'm actually able to educate and people around me, like my nieces and nephew, my sisters, friends, and that kind of thing, because you're actually able to share how we should be eating whole foods and taking them in, and getting excited about that. And as far as the future is concerned, I'm stoked, absolutely stoked to what it holds. I don't see this program and the nutritional support going wrong. I've just had everything go right for me. And the company, as Maxine has said, has been around for decades. And from what I've seen and the community that I'm now in, they have helped people around the globe for a long, long time. And I'm truly, truly excited about seeing what else my body does and the benefits and the changes that I'm getting from it. So stay tuned. I'm going to hand you over. Thanks for listening. I'm going to hand you over to
me,
Tanya. Thank
yes.
you.
Hello. Thank you so much for sharing that, Maxine and Kieran. So I'm Tanya, and I'm really, really excited to be sharing tonight. I absolutely love our program. Yes, love our program, love our products. They've done so much for myself and my family, but I also love the business behind it. And that's what I'm going to be sharing tonight a little bit around, because I don't know about, probably most people that decide that they want to give this a go, that most of us are pretty skeptical when we first start. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little skeptical, even though I was pretty quick to jump in because I really do follow my heart, and I felt like this was the right thing for me to do. There was still that little voice in the back of my head that thought, is this really okay? Is it really a thing? And one of the things that I think that I was really concerned about was that I had tried a number of online businesses years ago, and I just felt like, I remember thinking and saying to my friend, is this one of those things? Do I have to sell to people? Because I don't want to sell to people. Is there somebody at the top making all the money? Because that's kind of what it felt like. Is it like one of those pyramid thingies? And the funny thing is, I realized that what I was doing and what I was in was actually a pyramid thingy. When you think about it, every single traditional business is shaped that way. There is always a CEO at the top, and then we've got our numbers of different management levels until we get down to the bottom where we have most staff sitting at the bottom, the frontline staff, right? Well, I was one of those frontline staff. And at the time, I felt really stuck. I felt like I couldn't get anywhere in terms of financially, but also creatively wise. I really wanted to impact more people than what I was able to do at the time. And I just couldn't do that. People at the bottom, we don't really get that creative license. And we don't, the other thing that I found was that my income was limited. I wasn't actually able to earn any more than what I was earning. I was getting told every day what hours I could work, when I could have time off. Even when I was sick, I had to ask for sick leave, which was crazy to me. And, I was tired of not having the time to be able to spend it really with my daughter. And, just having to go out to work every day and trade my time for money. It just wasn't cool to me. And I didn't see any other way at the time out of how do I get out of that hole. Financially, my husband and I were not getting ahead. We wanted to create a better life for ourselves. We wanted more income so that as retirement got closer and closer, we actually felt like we had some kind of security, some kind of financial security where we were able to really do more with our life without feeling like when you retire, you stop and you don't do anything else and you die, which is really sad because that's what happened to my dad. And I didn't want that to happen again. I wanted to make the most of now and live my life now, enjoying it and not having to wait until I was old and nearly dying before I could actually travel or do the things that I really wanted to do. But I was stuck at the bottom, right? And I couldn't really go anywhere. So I thought, well, what do most people do? When you're stuck at the bottom, you're not really earning what you want to earn, you apply for a job higher up, right? Because, right, you're going to get more money, sure. So I did, and I didn't get it because there's so much competition. There was so much competition inside our company, but also so much competition from outside the company. And that's what stops a lot of people. There's one job, and how many people apply for that same job? So I thought, well, what else can I do? I thought of different ways that we could actually create an extra income without having to put in heaps and heaps of time and trade that time for dollars. And I thought, I'll have my own business, because when you have your own business, you get lots of money and lots of time, right? No, not necessarily. We looked at another franchise, and the amount that it would have cost me, like $300,000 to $400,000 just to invest in a business, and then I'd be lucky if I had that paid off in 5 years' time, and before I actually started earning profit, before I could actually pay myself, which to me was craziness. And so that was not an option for us at all. And so what happened was, I looked at, because obviously as we move up in these companies as well, and even as a business owner, right, you're a business owner, you might have more income, but at the end of the day, you've also got a lot of outgoings, and you've also got hardly any time. So even though you think that you are going to have more time, you have less time, because you're the one that has to put all that time into it. It's the same as any level that you are in any company, in any traditional business. The higher you go, the higher your income is, but the less time you have, and the more stress often that you bring with it as well. So when we looked at the Juice Plus company, we found that it was completely different the way the model was. It's the most fair and just model that I have ever seen. And for me, fairness and just is really, really important. It's ethical, and every single person has the same opportunity. There is not one job and lots of people vying for it. We all have the opportunity to have the same unlimited income, to have the same opportunities, to have the same creative license, to have the same time freedom, and to honestly, the income is unlimited. And it's the first company that I have ever seen, or the first business that I have ever owned that has such a low investment that within the first month you can pay that investment back plus earn income on top of that. So how often does that ever happen? I've never ever seen that before. So that was a no-brainer for me. And another thing that I was really concerned about was, do I have to hassle all my friends? Because I hate hassling all my friends, right? I don't want to be that person that, like, you walked in a room and there was like, there's Juice Plus lady, let's go. Didn't want to lose them. And, the funny thing was, I actually didn't have to do that. I remember saying to my friend, I don't want to sell. I hate selling. I don't want to hassle everybody. She said, you don't have to, you just share. And that is what I did. Honestly, I loved the program and the product so much. It helped me so much that I shared it. And as I shared, I'm just really sharing my story. I'm sharing how it's supporting me, and kind of like you would refer like a hairdresser or a restaurant to a friend. It's exactly the same thing. And so that's all I did. And what happens is people see what you do, they believe what you do, they relate to you, they want the same, because often people are looking for the same as what you are. And so they want to join you as well. And so before you know it, all you really need is to know a couple of people and share it with them, and then they share it with their friends the same way, and then their friends share it with their friends, and before you know it, you actually end up with this beautiful big community of people who are like-minded and want to share the same as you do. I mean, obviously it helps when you're compassionate and you really want to support other people and you really want to help other people have the same as what you want, and that's really where it starts. So I just wanted to just throw some of those myths out of the water, because I know that for a lot of us, that's how we feel when we first come in. But honestly, one of the things that I absolutely love the most about this is the community. The community is absolutely beautiful, and no one can ever do any well in this business unless you are inspiring others and lifting others up. So it's all about teaching people to grow, teaching people how to create their own income, teaching people how to create a healthy lifestyle. So that's pretty much what this business looks like. So now I want to pass you on over to the lovely Gemma. And Gemma's going to tell us a little bit about why she decided to say yes to this opportunity.
Thanks, Maxine. Can everyone hear me? Make sure that you can hear me. Okay, great. Hi, I'm Gemma. I'm 20 years old, and I have been with this program business for nearly 3 months now, and I'm absolutely loving it. I've learned so much already, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds, really. So how I came across this business was I was actually looking for some part-time work on the side of my job that I have as well currently, and all I really wanted to do was just make a little bit extra money on the side, put away, and one day I have big ambitions to own my own business. So I came across Maxine's post on Facebook, and I messaged her, and we had a deep, long conversation about the business, and then we prolonged and then went and talked to Tanya as well. And from there, we just talked about the business and the program and the products, and I was just hooked straight away. I guess like anyone, you're a bit skeptical about what it means, what it is. You have so many questions, but they answered all my questions perfectly. And from what I had in mind to do by owning my own business, this was just the perfect opportunity, because obviously I would have my own business, be making extra money on the side that I could put into my savings, and it also related a lot to my values as well. You know, Soul Tribe, everyone's really involved with each other, just like Tanya was saying. Everyone's so lovely, been so welcoming, and yeah, I had my second promotion last week, and I'm working towards my third promotion, which is really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to all the learning that has to come, and I've learned so much already. So yeah, I'll pass you on to Emma.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I know what you mean about you love the learning. That's awesome, Gemma. So I was working in a bank for 10 years before I found this journey. I've actually worked in the banking industry pretty much all my life. Really love the people, love helping people. I had a mortgage and, you know, a nice house and nice family and all the rest of it, but I still didn't feel fulfilled in my full true potential. I knew that there was always something more that I wanted to create for myself. I had a really hard time with my boss. He was quite nasty, he was manipulating, he was doing all sorts of things to really hurt my feelings, and you know, I wasn't feeling valued, I didn't feel enough, and he always wanted more from me, and I was never good enough. So I put up with a lot from the managers inside. I had worked my way up in the company over the 10 years. He was a new manager that came on board, and I put up with the situation, the work environment, for about a year, until I decided that I had had my enough was enough moment. I couldn't do it anymore, and I left. I handed my resignation in, and I went out on my healing journey. I was sick at the time. I had celiac disease. I was feeling depressed because of everything I'd been through. My daughter was sick at the time as well. It was just a really hard time. So I ended up selling the house, just letting go of a lot of things that did not serve me. And I just knew that there was something more for me. I loved helping people. And I've come across this program when I met Tanya online, and it just really resonated with my core values, with who I was, and it was just something that I just knew straight away that this was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to uplift and inspire people. I was always doing that anyway. I just wasn't getting paid for it. So this was just the perfect opportunity for me to be able to learn, to be able to become the best version of myself, which is I love learning the business. There's not a day that goes by that I don't learn something new. I love the business. I love the business model. I love the community. I love the products. They've saved our life, basically. The kids are happy because I'm happy. I still work in other jobs, but I love doing this in my solar moments. Every chance I get, I work on my business. It's my baby. I love working on becoming the best version of myself, helping others to do the same, and that's basically what our business is all about. So yeah, that's basically why I joined business.
You're on, Max.
Oh, doing a million things at once. That's lovely. Thank you everyone for your beautiful shares. I really hope if you're rewatching this video, if it's been sent out to you, just have a think about doing something different with your life. For all of us, the fact that we took a path that was a bit different has really made such a big impact in our lives. And like, you know, so many other women in here are saying, actually our vision and our possibility for our future is really so much bigger and so much different than it would have been if we just stayed in our regular jobs and our regular lives. So I would really encourage you, reach out to the person who shared this video with you, get your questions answered. There's no pressure. This is just an offering to you to see what you could create or what you could build in your life from this, and we would love to hear from you and have you as part of us if that's what you choose. So thanks again, everybody, and I'll finish up now.